Churakananara hirana. Kianana uyarana yata ikahoyana hie. Kuanua kuane. Atahira tahira nara ka ira puhuru. Tu utuha maira na. Maranaha.
Tikotoa. Tia suaya tia koto. He sika tatakoto ya hia. He sikataya tototo ya hika. He sua hitia hia. Usikaya toto. Hia kuha sikaya takia huto. Hia siuko tia ia tokoto. We are your galactic ancestors. Suko haya tataya tua. Hia saikoto hia. From the Syrian collective. Sukotaya yeto Hiazia Katahio ko Hiazia Kotia Yetoko Hatia Tiasu Titia ko Hasekita Yato. We are amphibious beings. Koto Hayatitia Hozia Kieko to Tiako. Tiako Hitia Kito to Tia Suko Hiataya to. Similar to a salamander or frog on your planet. Sikatea kotahea titia sukuhua koto. Hia sia kia yuko kita hia tototo. We are a species unknown to your world. Siaka te oto haya sikia hoto te yahitia ko. But you have felt a resonance with our species on your planet. This is your soul's remembrance. This feeling of kinship. Of compassion. Haizio waika hitiaia ko sikia tu hita hiasiko titiaia kiu hiasikia o sikutia. You are appreciated for your kindness, for your caring for these what you would consider lower life forms within your existence, but that within ours, we are in a humanoid form similar to yours, but slightly altered. Sekaya tua, hititi kotoa sikia, hiazoko tea koto hia tsikia yuko atia, hiasiko titia tia tukoa, hiasiketiao, hiasuko. You may call upon us. Sukotoa hia hiko for guidance. Kitia hiazia yiko yaia ko haziaia tukotuia as members of your galactic family. Sukotuia hiko as your collective experience. Hia sukotea in many realms. Sukoto hikiai, we are just but one. Sukoto hietiatiua. Much of this knowledge is coming to light for you now. For many of you, these are not just imaginings, but this is your soul's truth rising up within you. We will answer questions now.
Thank you. Is this why I have frogs and geckos as some of my favorite knickknacks in my house?
Yes, you do share this connection as well.
Very interesting. Are there any messages for us for connecting in with the ancestral collective, our Syrian ancestral collective.
You just need to seek us within your heart. Just set the intention, Tuku, and we will be there with you. We are never far away. Just a thought within your mind will call us to you. For you are part of our collective. So we are all connected.
Thank you. Earlier today during a meditation, I saw a face. I don't know the color of the face, but I can remember clearly 2 brown eyes, like the color of milk chocolate. Who was this trying to connect in more with me? Was that Charon from the Pleiades or another being?
I'm getting yes, it was Charon.
And do you work with them as well? I think I remember them saying that the Pleiadians and the Sirians are working very closely together these days. So I imagine the ancestors from both groups are assisting us as we have these starseed connections.
Yeah, we are working together in our councils, but our councils are working in conjunction with one another so that we are all working for common purposes.
Okay, beautiful. I know some in the group may have questions. Are there any messages for me? I am getting ready to join another meeting, unfortunately. My timing is crossing over, but
Yes.
do you have any messages that you'd like to share with me or with this group specifically?
Your telepathic messages are coming online for you as they are for many, but you are the word to be front runner for this ability, a way shower, that even within your group that it is evident that it is integrating at a quicker pace for your purpose, for your missions, so that you may teach by your experience in this regard, by being an example, by sharing your messages and helping to activate others along their path to awakening this capability within themselves. So continue on. You are on track with all of the things that you are experiencing, that you are coming into greater and greater alignment with your soul's purpose, and it is about surrendering to it, trusting it, allowing it to flow into you. This is something this one is learning, is to surrender the old restrictions, the old habits, the old programming that has kept you down, that has kept you from rising or coming into higher connections but these are beginning to continue to come to a head, to come to an awareness for some of you to release and let go of these things, to surrender to what is coming up to be released, and just acknowledging it, sending love to it, sending forgiveness to any of these old energies, these old pains, these old hurts that are needing to be purged from your being as you increase the level of vibration that these things must go, so that you can make room for the higher light codes that you are experiencing from the galactic central sun, in order to have an easier path of integration. You must let the old fall away to bring in the new.
Beautiful. Thank you. May I ask to have some of your energy join me in this next healing session as I step away from here and into the next group? I appreciate that connection to maintain.
Yes, of course. Just set your intentions to
Perfect.
connect with us, your family, and we will be there.
Thank you so very much. Is there anybody else who has questions? Please come on. I know everybody was off screen and muted,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure.
I have a question. Who are
Thank
we?
you. Many beautiful blessings, and I love and heart to this group, and we will catch up with you later. Bye for now.
Yes, thank
Bye for
you.
now. Who is Susan channeling?
We are amphibious. We are the Syrians, but we are an amphibious subspecies of the Syrian collective. And let's see if I can pronounce my
what do you
name,
look like?
our group, in your language. It is not coming through this one clearly, so
That's okay.
we can connect with her later and
That's fine.
share this information. But
Yeah, I have a question.
yes,
Thank you for being with us today. My question is for the channeler, Susan. If you have any messages for her diet, and also if you have a message for Elga, myself, and Radha, we appreciate you. Thank you.
yes, this one is learning her lessons regarding connecting with her body, connecting with what it needs for her to integrate the higher frequencies that it is adjusting, adapting, but she is learning to listen to what is truly needed and let go of that which no longer resonates with her energetically or physically, that she will succeed in this. It may take some trial and error, but she is learning. She is on the right path in the direction that she's currently focused on. She just must maintain this direction as far as her health is concerned, and find other positive activities to avoid any temptations that are not for her best health. For yourself, you are learning to discern from the heart in your romantic connections that this is part of your life's lessons. Part of your learning is to put your heart's knowing first and foremost in your interactions with the opposite sex, knowing that your heart knows what it wants, what it needs, and following that inner guidance in every new encounter that you have, and know that this is a process of refining what you truly want, what you truly wish to attract into your experience and have as part of your life, and letting go of any fears or restrictions or hesitancy to surrendering to falling in love again. But you are learning step by step to continue to remain open, to let your fears subside, to give love a chance again, to know what your heart is calling you to do, and to trust that inner yearning, that inner knowing, to inform your path forward. So for Elga, your channeling abilities are, we would say, in full capacity, that they are coming almost instantaneous for you as you connect more effortlessly with the beings that you are aligned with. You are learning to trust and allow these connections. So we wish to acknowledge this, to congratulate you on your progress to overcoming all that you have overcome to this point. Not that your journey is over by any means, but that you have truly learned to trust this ability to allow this more fluid connection to take place, and that you also are on the right track to greater and greater levels of expansion.
Thank you.
Then for Radha,
Thank you.
your light language will continue to flow as you allow it to. Continue to drop within your hearts to quiet the mind. Let your heart speak. Let the voice of your soul speak through your heart. Focus on this. Focus on channeling your soul, your higher self through these light language messages. And you can also do this in your meditations. Ask for this connection, ask for messages to come through to you, channeled messages as well as your light language messages, that you have this potential as you allow it to flow without any self-imposed hindrances. And you are learning to do this day by day, step by step, and trust and enjoy the process. Know that all is happening in divine order, that it will you will continue to release any blockages, if you wish to call it that, to this flow. And your expansion of the light of Creator in sharing your messages, sharing your vibration, sharing these unusual sounds coming from your vocal cords, learning to know that this is truly, as what has been mentioned, the voice of your soul starting to speak, starting to express itself, starting to grow in that strength and forcefulness of feeling confidence in what needs to be said from your inner self. And you may thank your higher self, thank your oversoul for these messages when they do come through, to the more you have gratitude and thankfulness after each message, the more that the messages will expand, will grow in length, the more that you connect in this way and really connect with the joy, the happiness that you feel when you do allow it to come through in an uninhibited way.
Thank you. That's wonderful news.
You are welcome.
Could you give me any advice with my soulmate situation?
You can continue to provide love and support. This is the one overseas.
That's correct.
Yes. That in your continued connection, that you are able to provide love and support at a distance for your individual life journeys, but know that your lessons are separate in the sense that you will not have the same relationship that you had at the beginning, that your relationship has evolved and grown and through this reconnection, and that you may not have the ability to influence at times what his life's direction may be, and whether it's aligns with your thought processes or your belief system, but in how you think things would be perhaps better for his life path. But know that whatever he is experiencing at a soul level, he has chosen to experience for his own soul's growth. And we may not know at a conscious level why others do the things they do that perhaps are different from what we would have chosen for ourselves. But know that if you have any concerns about the path he is on, that know that at some level, at a soul level, there is a lesson to be learned from whatever that experience that he has chosen for himself, and to just hold a space of love and support and acknowledgement for his soul's choice to go along a certain direction in his learning experience.
I understand. Thank you for that.
You are welcome.
Can you could you tell us a little bit about your lifestyle in Sirius?
Yes, we are in the 5th dimension, and sometimes 6th, where we reside, that we are in more of a light body form, or what you would consider to be a light body form, that we are more of a bluish, a mixture of bluish and bluish green in color, because our atmosphere is of a similar coloration, and our plant life is very lush, very I know congested isn't the word, very overgrown, I guess would be an
Dense.
earthly term, that works well for our style of living. That we do have structures that we reside in. We do have a similar to a governmental system that we worked with, but it is more similar to what some of your native peoples experience in working in greater harmony, unity, in true democracy, working for what is for the good of all of the people, where the entire community truly has a say or vote in what is needed by our collective, our smaller collective, in how we live with one another. But it is more closer to what our nature realm is, and we allow it to support us and to revitalize us in our health and our well-being as we connect with it, similar to what those early inhabitants of your planets had greater awareness of. And that is something that we encourage all of you to continue to reconnect with your planet Gaia, and ask for messages from her on how you can best support her, on how you can best connect with her and her resources in a loving, supportive way that will not only benefit you physically, energetically, emotionally, and how allowing her to ground you and to connect in this way, and connecting with all of the nature beings to receive messages from them as well, and how you can work together in unity with one another, and then be open to listen to how they respond to you. For many are awaiting you to open these lines of communication to discern that you have pure intent in connecting with them, so that they can build trust in you, for they are much more telepathically aware than most humans on the planet are at this point, though this is growing, that they are aware of what energy you hold, what vibration you are at, what your intentions, your thought forms that are either beneficial for the whole or are self-serving in the utilization of the gifts that Gaia provides. So you are meant to reside in your natural environment outside much more than staying within your houses, your home structures, that you will have greater health, greater balance within your own energetic being if you connect to Gaia, connect to nature, to connect to all that it has to offer you, for you are one with it.
Okay, well, definitely keep trying to connect with the fairies and the elementals and raise my vibration as best as I can.
Yes. Are there any further questions? Otherwise, I shall depart.
I do not believe so. Donnie, did you have any further questions?
No, I love it how British you sound. I shall depart.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here with us today.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love.
That was great. Yeah,
That
the
was awesome.
Syrian.
Yeah, I was trying to get their, connect with their name, but it's kind of feeling like it was either hard to pronounce or I wasn't connecting to it. But I'll try just in my own channeling practice, maybe like tomorrow or whatever, just sit down and see if I can get a name. or unless they just want to just say that they're Syrians, but I'll see if they have a more specific name
Oh,
than
good.
that. But
They had a lot of insight and good messages.
yeah, it was interesting, and they were kind of right on about the whole thing about being connected to
Mother Gaia.
frogs, salamanders, also snakes. Like I'll go outside in my
Yeah.
woods or garden area, if I see a little garter snake or frog, or I'll say hello, or the toads and stuff. I've seen toads. I had a was it a toad or like a big bullfrog or something? Toad. He was sitting on the back of my garage has, how your garage has outdoor lights, right? And he was, somehow he had gotten up and was sitting behind one of my lights on my garage. I'm like, how the heck did you get up there? Because I heard this loud croaking, when I was out working in the garden, and I was like, where is that coming from? And then I noticed he was sitting up there, like literally, I don't know, 6 feet off the ground or however high it was, but I have no idea how he got there. And then another time in my, I have like I have like a window well, but it's one of those that is like one of your emergency, what they call it, there's a word for it, emergency escape routes from my basement, right? And there's like kind of like a little ladder on one side that's kind of built into the concrete, but it's like big enough where you can kind of climb down the ladder to get, out that window out of the basement, like if there's a fire or something. Well, anyways, I think it was fall of one year. I was walking by there, and I was looking down there, and there was like a bunch of these frogs in there, and it was like somewhere like around end of August, beginning of September. I'm like, what are all these frogs doing down in this window? I mean, there was literally like 10 of them or something. So I went down there and rescued them. I went down and picked one at a time and brought them up there, because I'm like, well, they must have, I don't know if something that attracts them, they're jumping down there, if they thought like it was their way to get underground for the winter or something. I don't know, but I lifted each of these frogs out of there and put them back on the land up above, so they wouldn't, because I was like, well, they're gonna die down here. There's not, they're not gonna get food down here unless they're getting bugs from the window down there or something. Bugs were maybe attracted, but I usually don't have a light on in the basement all the time, at night or anything. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting one year. But yeah, so I've always had an affinity for frogs and snakes and, well, turtles too, and salamanders, or yeah.
Hmm.
So anyways, so that was
Nice.
interesting. That did resonate, that
Yeah.
I'm connected with them, because it brought, like, I was getting those memories kind of in my mind when they came in, and I didn't get a visual of them though. Sometimes I get a visual in my mind's eye, but I didn't this time. But maybe I'll see them, the next time I channel them.